Welcome back to the Hydroponic Daily. I'm Dr. Russell Sharp, the inventor of gold leaf, and today we're talking about magnesium. So magnesium is the central atom in the chlorophyll molecule. It's everything. So it is the center of the universe when it comes to photosynthesis. Without magnesium, there's just going to be this empty hole in the chlorophyll molecule that's supposed to absorb the light and transfer the energy to the photosynthetic apparatus. So magnesium, absolutely central. That magnesium atom is surrounded by some iron atoms and then some nitrogen atoms and a whole carbon matrix. So magnesium, absolutely essential for that. So you can imagine that the symptom of deficiency is chlorosis or yellowing, in layman's terms. There is no chlorophyll production. Now, it actually occurs between the veins on the leaves. That's the first sign of magnesium deficiency. The veins will stay dark green, and then the areas between the veins will go green. Some plants that'll be easy to see, especially those with large leaves. Grasses, cereals, you're going to struggle to see those that interveinal chlorosis because all the veins run parallel as opposed to being branched in what we call a dicot plant. By the time those symptoms have occurred, it's probably too late, and your plant health will be significantly impacted. Yield, growth will be impacted too much. So make sure you've got magnesium sorted beforehand. The times that you'll see magnesium deficiency is when there's excess calcium. So if you're growing in soil, if you've applied lime because you think you need high pH or because you want to add calcium, if you haven't applied what's called dolomitic lime, which has a nice balance between magnesium and calcium, then you'll get excess calcium. Plant can't differentiate between the two when they're absorbing them, and so it just keeps on absorbing calcium, doesn't get enough magnesium. Or if you've applied too much potassium. In hydroponics, this is probably where you're going to see symptoms of deficiency. All hydroponic nutrients contain loads of potassium, and then there's additives that also contain potassium, and then you might be stacking a base with loads of potassium, with an additive with loads of potassium, and then another additive because you think, oh, I want to boost from that as well, and another additive. And so you might start to see symptoms of magnesium deficiency. You can counter that by adding simply Epsom salts, magnesium sulfate, and that's a great product to use if you're ever suffering from magnesium deficiency. In arable crops and in the soil, we don't tend to see a lot of magnesium deficiency. In fact, we see magnesium toxicity, and there we sell a product called liquid gypsum to overcome a lot of the magnesium problems from too much magnesium in the soil. We also have a problem with too much iron. I mean, in hydroponics, you'd love to have too much magnesium and too much iron. Magnesium is added in a calmag. And so that's another great source of magnesium, is putting a calmag, which has a really good balance between calcium and magnesium. And even when you're using gold leaf, sometimes people use calmag and you still get great results with that. It's a bit like a safety net, a calmag, because calcium and magnesium, you will get impacts on crop quality if you don't get enough. So it's a nice warm, cuddly blanket, a life jacket, whatever you want to call it. And so magnesium, along with sulfur and calcium, they are secondary macronutrients required in significant amounts. Symptoms, interveinal chlorosis. Any comments? Leave them on below, or if you're listening to a podcast, I don't know where you'd leave a comment really. Maybe just write us a review saying this is not the worst podcast I've ever listened to, or something like that. Give us a good number of stars and things like that. All right, thank you very much. That's been Hydroponics Daily for today.